Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act says I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Not me.
As simple as that.
Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism.
Yes.
Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. And happened in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All these shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. I believe in justice and fairness, that's all.
And Nigeria is signed to extradite, not to rendition.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are welcome to News Point TV. Kindly subscribe, share, and like this video for more political updates. This afternoon, Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court and he said that Nigeria's constitution cannot carry him. What do you think about it?
Now, when Kanu appeared in court today, most Nigerians as expected that today will be the final court section of Nnamdi Kanu. But today, he has come out publicly in the court via a video that is going viral saying that Nigerian court doesn't have that constitutional rights to try him. And then he cited that the Nigerian government invaded his home, killed his parents, and now you know by all these political atrocities, we know where Nnamdi Kanu belongs to. We know that the same criminal offense that was being charged to Nnamdi Kanu is one that Sunday was accused of. But now Sunday has been let off the hook. So why is the federal government still holding on to Nnamdi Kanu? But yes, Justice Binta, Nyako, during Buhari era, said that Nnamdi Kanu should be set free. But now Tinubu came on board and said that Nnamdi Kanu should be retried. So you can see that in this case of Nnamdi Kanu, there is a political undertone which is actually keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention, and by that you are also violating his constitutional rights. Now he has gone to quote a particular section in which said that he was being kidnapped from Kenya, and then which is true, he was being kidnapped unlawfully. So by so doing that, the government of the day is also violating the fundamental rights of Nnamdi Kanu and the constitution in which themselves in which is the present constitution, which is in law. So by summing all this together, we could see that the case of Nnamdi Kanu, it is not just that the government are not ready to release him, because there have been different charges brought to court against Nnamdi Kanu, and still none of them none of them will prove that he is guilty of this offense.
According to Nnamdi Kanu, I was very surprised. According to Maz, he said Section 2 of subsection 3F of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act said that no court can try him, that any court that tries him is committing an act of treason, that you cannot violate any international treaty. So what do you think about that? Do you think that he's been held because he's an legal man? What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's been held based on the fact that the political gladiators does not want is threatening the coexistence of the current nation, of our nation. A man who is trying to liberate his people from this anarchy. A man who is trying to liberate his people from the slavery. A man who is trying to liberate his people from the abject poverty. So you know that most of the political gladiators will not want that. Now, this is the story of you have the political scientist in which is Aristotle. He said that government would always look out for people who are vocal in society, who are trying to liberate their people. We saw how Nelson Mandela suffered just because he was actually speaking for his people. Now, so without speaking out again, without biting my words, Nnamdi Kanu is being held just because of he is trying to liberate the people, and then the politicians, the Nigerian politicians would not want to work out, will not work out any good with someone who is trying to enlighten the people, the world that these people we are under slavery. We cannot be the same. We will never be the same. And then let's not forget that there's a law that after 100 years of century, that we can easily part our ways, and that is what Nnamdi Kanu has stood for. Nnamdi Kanu Nnamdi Kanu said in court that he is not guilty of any offence. I think the federal government feels is guilty. Let them bring evidence. You've seen how different court cases have been dropped, ranging from the issue of terrorism. He was charged of terrorism. Later, Justice Binta Nyako out the case, how to drop the case. Now we've seen so many allegations against Nnamdi Kanu, and still there is no substantial court case or evidence brought before the court of justice. And then before you win a case in court, it is not just by propaganda and their life. There must be a valid point, and then there must be lots of evidence in which you need to show to the judge in the court. So the federal government is just trying to keep Nnamdi Kanu, because let's whether if Nnamdi Kanu is off the hook, they will not have rest. And that is trying, and that alone, he has been speaking against the injustice in the government. You know that anybody that speaks against the injustice in the current present situation of Nigeria, the government will always find a way to thank you. Just like we've seen how Sunday has been taxed and then left on the hook. That was if there was a political solution to that, nobody knows. But now my question is that how long can we continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu in detention because of he is speaking the truth, because he wants freedom for his people in the east, and a tribe that has been neglected for so long now. And then how do you think such tribe would be comfortable calling it ourselves in Nigeria? In terms of presidency, they are misaligned. In the military sector, they are misaligned. In every ramification of the sector, you explain them. Now, what brings about agitation is just injustice. That is the only word I bring about agitation. So I want to President Tinubu should not go the path President Buhari told. President Buhari told a wrong path. Look at how now he's not making Nnamdi Kanu become so popular by holding him up, because the more Nnamdi Kanu still remains in the detention, the more Mazi gets stronger, the more he feels nothing can move him anymore, because he have seen it all. It's like you pushing a man to the wall, and then when he gets to that wall, he knows that nothing can happen to him again. And then peradventure, if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu in that facility, you know the implication in which the government need to do would be end up. Look at today in court. He was smiling, he was happy, with confidence, in knowing fully well that before thing that the government does not have any evidence against him, and the government, I have also seen that Nigerian government will always take it to court without no evidences. The same thing happened to Emefiele. He was charged because there was no evidence. So now Nnamdi Kanu has said that he said he did not invade the arrest. Now a lot of people let it go now. How is it possible? A man who is supposed to appear in court for let's say on Tuesday, you went to his house on Sunday and then he invaded his house. And then how do you expect such man to still come to court? It's not possible. So the government themselves violated the law. That was why Nnamdi Kanu left like that. So on that note, I am appealing to Justice Binta. He has said no court has the right, no court has the right in Nigeria to try him. He has said that. He has said that. So President Tinubu, whatever he needs to do, if President Tinubu, I will settle this issue of Nnamdi Kanu politically, because the more you are keeping Nnamdi Kanu, the more you are making him a hero in that justice facility.
Finally, I have one last question because, like I've always said, it seems that Nigeria states against the government. For example, Shey Ogumi is working free. For example, that woman, Onisi Abiola, that planned with people to take over the government house in Oyo State. Now some of them are in detention. That woman is working free. Ondegbo is working free. Why do you think Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention? Number one. The last one is, do you think that there are some governors or some politicians in the southeast that are against the release of Nnamdi Kanu because seemingly Nnamdi Kanu is way more popular than them? That's my last question. What do you think?
The answer is not perfect. You all know that it was honestly in the days the major brain behind why Nnamdi Kanu have not been released, and then majority of the south and east senators and governors are not in support of Nnamdi Kanu because these are people benefiting from this marriage for Nigeria. Because if they are not benefiting, they would have looked for a way, a political solution would have been reached with President Bola Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu. And then let's not forget that Mazi is a sound man. Mazi, when it comes to the issue of being eloquent, being informed, so yeah, you're going to say that he would not get secession by fighting. He said Ojukwu got it wrong there by fighting. So he said secession will come just by pen and biro, and then which you have been doing that. You see that even in the UNN, a seat was reserved for the Biafran nation, even without fighting. So secession. So every day as we grow, we begin to learn towards innovations, learn new things, and then how to broaden our way. So which Nnamdi Kanu has said he will not fight the government, and then he has not only fought the government. So the governors in the east will be scared of him because they fully well that see, if there's a Biafran nation today, all the looting, all the funds that are siphoned in that region will no longer get to them. That is why I say that the majority of them have refused to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then back to your question, what you said, let's not forget that see, an evil man in this entity, in this contraption called Nigeria, has been regarded as a second-class citizens. Not fully well because if not so, just like my good friends would say, that see, Nigeria is like a twin tripod. Two is willing, one is missing. So indirectly, you are depriving me of my rights, and you still want me to belong to that marriage. It doesn't work that way. You see, Catalonia in Spain is looking for secession, wants to exit Spain.
Yes.
You saw southern Sudan, and then Northern Sudan.
Yes.
The marriage could no longer hold. Things begin to fall apart. I saw what happened. They fake way. So if Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for secession and then saying that he wants to leave Nigeria, he should not be any other affair. Nobody has the right to hold him. He has the right to agitate for referendum. But the question is that you hold him, and then there's no law in Nigeria that says you can hold a person. You can, at least for 3 months, there should be a verdict. If that person should be sentenced to jail or that person is guilty for 2.5 years or 3 years or so, you'll be holding smart partner that they know is against the constitution. Let there be a shorty that will stand for it. He should always come from his house to court. And he can get it. So the federal government on their own is also violating the law, because for it to hold him for him to bear the DSS custody is even against the constitution. So I am not marching my word. When Nnamdi Kanu said that see, Nigeria is a zoo, automatically that is how zoo operates. You've seen it, because even in the Western world where there's rule of law, people would always come to either you grant them bail or be confined in prison. For this one, there has not been justice for 4 years. What is happening? That is why we say that in the Nigerian court, the judges the judges are loyal to those incumbents, because nobody, what is, look at me that Justice Binta, Nyako, that said that Nnamdi Kanu should be set free. Now, but Tinubu came and said Nnamdi Kanu should be tried. On what basis? Is Tinubu more superior to the court of law? Is he more superior to our laws? The answer is no. Now, on my final note, at this point, whatever government is doing to keep Nnamdi Kanu, it is whosoever is advising President Tinubu, now appeal to him that he should not pay the same path Buhari told, because if he told same path, my brother, he might not go down. And the more he keeps Nnamdi Kanu in prison, the more Nnamdi Kanu is waxing stronger, the more is becoming he will become resilient, the more he become a core freedom fighter to liberate his people from the economic saboteurs and those who doesn't want good for the Biafra land and for the Igbo.
Thanks for coming on the show today, Mr. David.
It's my pleasure.
You can like, subscribe, and share this wonderful platform. Thanks. So, like you heard him say, until there is justice, equity, and fairness in summarizing, there won't be peace and progress. And like he said again, we cannot stop Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing can stop him. Thanks for coming. God bless you.